Welcome, my friends, to another little chat. Before we go into reviewing the album or stroke CD, I want to tell a bit of history about this group called the Ladykillers from Birmingham. Now, they are five-piece band. The lead singer was Mark J. Hickling. Guitar. Hold on, let me get the. Now, Mark J. Hickling vocals and percussion. Tim Wright was bass, guitar, and vocals, and Christopher Hickling drums, vocals. Jonathan Hill keyboards. Richard Hickling guitar and vocals. Now, this is the review of this album, but the bigger history about them. Now, Mark, Chris, and John. Mark was the father. Chris and Richard was the sons, and John was their cousin, and Tim was a friend of them. So, before I go into the history of this band, before we go into the review of the band and the music that they have done and that for this album, what is called Teetering on the Brink. Now, what problem is, Mark was one of the main writer, and he had a way of controlling things. If he didn't like it, he moved on. The problem with this was a very good CD. I would personally, the reason why I personally say it's a good CD, because I had a lot of work to do with it. I haven't been mentioned as on it. If we go to it, that's the writing. Executive producer. And there's the names of people what they like to say thank you. Bernie Hickling, Karen Wright, who's no longer with us because she passed away. Myself, Norma Penny, who's passed away as well. Steve James, Jonathan Hatkins, Debbie Croft, Mike Brooks, Steve Gerrard, Mitch Shatner, John Kirkpatrick, Time Wonders Richard, Mel Sholey, and Robin Hell. So, this was written and produced by the Ladykillers. All tracks was mastered at Abbey Road Studios by Mel Sholem and executive producer. And if I can play it, if you can hear in the background, artwork was by Jonathan Atkins, and the album photos by Steve James. So this is dedicated to Anne, Mark's sister, who passed away in 2014. That's the lady who reads the bit from the Vinnie Ridge and that. And there they are, all of them together. And this was taken by Kenilworth Castle. Personally, I quite like this. I'm not being biased, but I mean, this is like the hill on the castle, and there they are standing on there. So, as I go through the songs, Don't Edit Yourself, The Artists, Great Ideas, Far Away, Country Song, Memories of You, Housewives and Dogs, Troubleshooter, Vinnie Ridge, Karen Vorderman, and The Garden Song. Now, I'm not going to be biased because even though I helped to produce and work on this album, I did a bit of backing vocals on one of the songs. So, Don't Edit is a 7. The Artist is 8.5. Great Ideas a 9. Country Song 7. Memories of Her, got to be a 9. As and Dogs 7. Troubleshooter at 7.5. Vinnie Ridge got to be a 10, because that. The history behind that song is because it was set around the First World War, and it was like grandparents, Mark's great grandfather who's in the war, who got killed, and it's all about a letter that his great grandma wrote to his great grandfather, and the lady whose photo there, as you can see, Robin Hill. A special thanks to Robin Hill, who read the passage on Vinnie Ridge, which was written by her great grandmother 100 years ago. So that was the connection, and that is as I said, gotta be a 10. Carol Vorderman, that's a 7. The Garden Song, quite good, but that's gotta be a 6. Every song you could hear, the songs that was sung by Richard, and the songs what was sung by Mark, and you could hear Chrissy's drumming, because at the time he was the drummer, and the Garden Song was written by Tim, and he did the singing of it. And as you can hear in the background, this is the CD and that. And overall, I give this a 9 out of 10, because I quite like it. I'm not being biased, but it is a good album. But the problem is, with Mark, he does stuff. He's very good at doing stuff, getting everything organised. But once he's finished it, he don't carry it on. He just, lose the interest in that, and then goes on to something different. And that's his problem with the boys, Chris and Richard. They've gone on to do other things. So this is my look of the Ladykillers from Birmingham, and their album called, their CD, their album, Strokes album, Teetering on the Brink. And you can hear Mark singing in the background and that. So this is my first look of their first album. I will review their next one, but it's totally different in a later date. But this is my look at this album. What was mastered at Abbey Road. I mean, if Abbey Road didn't think this was a good album, they wouldn't have touched it with a barge pole, and they were so impressed. So they took it on board and mastered it for us. And this is my look at this album and my little review of it. And I'm talking about the members of the band, all the different things they did. They took part in that. The problem with Mark, he's a good songwriter. He's got a lot of his influences from the Beach Boys, because he's a big Beach Boys fan, and he has been connected with the Beach Boys and that. So this is my look at Teetering on the Brink, and the Ladykillers, the rock band from Birmingham, England, and they have been played in America, because a DJ, if I can find his name, Steve Gerald, he has a show online at weekends, and he plays a lot of the Ladykillers stuff over there. It's a shame it's never been picked up over here, because I think they are quite good, and especially Vinnie Ridge. That should have been, at the time when this came out in 2012, I think, 2011 or 2012. It's been that long that it should have pushed Vinnie Ridge to get that picked up, because that was like the anniversary of the First World War. So this is my look of the Ladykillers is teaching on the brink, and in the background you can hear the music from their CD stroke album. And if you enjoy this little chat about the music and you want to hear more, they're on this streaming series, Spotify, and they have done videos to go with the albums and their stuff on YouTube. So next, I'll be doing their next album. That's another one for the future. For now, I hope you enjoy this little chat and this little review of the Ladykillers and their Teetering on the Brink album CD. And for now, I hope you are safe and well. Take care of your friends and your loved ones. Until the next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.